Hello, everyone, and welcome to the HHW Show podcast. This is the hard hitting wrestling show. Summerslam is complete, and man, I gotta tell you, this is probably one of the best SummerSlam events that I have seen for a long time. And remind you, I've been watching this since the 80s, and SummerSlam started in 1988. But you fast forward and everything else. I thought 2002 was the best, but I gotta say, and I gotta review it over and over again, but this is probably 2022, one of the best SummerSlams I have seen. But we're gonna cover much more on the reason why and everything else. But real quick, big shout out to Triple H because man, this show was outstanding. All right, and more comments on social media of what people have said. But hey, SummerSlam is complete. And it started off with the Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair defeating Becky Lynch. And big shout out to Noob and Company 1991. Hey, I'm doing fine. I hope you're doing fine because, man, I am ecstatic. I'm telling you, I am very, very happy of the product that just happened tonight. And it's 11:43 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I don't know what time it is on your side of the house, but over here, it is SummerSlam to its best, right? But hey, let's continue on. This is the aftermath. Bianca Belair winning. And mad respect I got to give to Becky Lynch because after the match, she shook her hand, gave her a hug, congratulate her. She now understands that Bianca Belair is the EST of WWE. But right afterwards, after the hug and everything else, Bayley, Io Shirai, and Dakota Kai, they formed a faction and they presented themselves in front of Bianca Belair, but she was not alone because Becky Lynch got her back. So expect Monday Night Raw to be fire. All right. And listen, the next premium event will happen in Europe. Expect Bayley versus Becky Lynch. All right. They had their story did not finish because of Bayley's injury, right? And now we're bringing it back, but this is going to be even bigger and better. I'll tell you that much. All right. And with that, Triple H had to say something on social media, right? WWE stated, oh, Bayley is back, and it looks like she came with some backup. And the response that Triple H said was, and we're just getting started. Now, tell me you're not really tuned into this. All right. Because, man, I'm fired up already. All right, moving on again. Logan Paul defeats The Miz. And it was fabulous. But during the match, AJ Styles comes and starts fighting off Ciampa. Ciampa refused to leave the ring. Was actually got caught cheating. And eventually, hey, it didn't work out for him because AJ Styles was phenomenal and gave him a great taste. Okay. So mad props to him. Backing up a little bit. Newbie saying that Becky and Bianca better have Asuka to fight Io Shirai or better. You know what? That will be fantastic to have a 6 tag team matchup, man. I'm telling you, a 6-person tag team is going to be phenomenal. I mean, I'm telling you, we got to stay tuned to Raw on that one. But here we go. Logan Paul got probably a lot of hype doing the frog splash on top of the Miz, and also he used the skull finish finale to terminate the Miz. Now that was fabulous, and a lot of people on social media, as much as they hate Logan Paul, they give mad respects to what he had done tonight. And I, too, give him mad respects. I'm not a fan, but you got to give credit to where it's due. And definitely Logan Paul, probably one of the best celebrities / YouTubers out there that actually performed very well. Bobby Lashley retains the United States Championship. That's without a doubt, without question. I mean, look, we kept on saying it all the time on the show that Theory has lost focus on Bobby Lashley because he has other things going on. So there you have it. Moving on to Judgment Day. They got judged all right because, man, Edge was back and back better than ever. bringing back the old school. And with his presence, the Mysterios went ahead and they defeated the Judgment Day. More comments from Noob. Logan Paul finally redeemed himself after the stunt he pulled in Japan. Now, 4 years later, he's an athlete. Since Logan Paul is done with YouTube, I'm thinking about doing a YouTube. Hey, man, go ahead. You do you, man. Do a YouTube yourself. I'll come join the party. But listen, Edge is back with a vengeance. And indeed, I agree with you because, man, there's just so much storylines now. And we're not even halfway through SummerSlam to do this recap. And you can only imagine what's going to happen come next month when they go ahead and do the castle. Because, whew, man, that just fired up, man. Very happy indeed. Okay. Another one that I was little scratching my head off real quick was Pat McAfee and Happy Corbin. Pat McAfee, I guess payback's a bitch sometimes, right? But he ended up kicking Corbin in the nuts to try to get that win. I don't see this storyline ending anytime soon, okay? Because the way that McAfee won, it left a bad taste for Corbin. So I expect Corbin on SmackDown to go ahead and approach him and maybe have another match, all right, for the next premium. And there you have, look at that, man. Look at that celebration between McAfee and Cole. Ain't that special? Look at that. A big fan. But Michael Cole, I understand why he was screaming and yelling. I mean, one, that's his partner, but two, he was being disrespected by Corbin throughout the match. So there you have it. And for seeing, in case you guys missed it, that was that low blow that McAfee did. But understand that Corbin did do that to him on Friday Night SmackDown. So once again, just what I said, payback's a bitch. And also look at that. It was the Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championship, which the Usos ended up winning. And before I go there, listen, this is the last straw for the Street Profits. I don't see the Street Profits doing anything anymore for those championships. You might as well kiss them goodbye. I see the next tag team that's going to come up are the Viking Raiders because they tend to own the New Day. So let's see the storyline change a little bit, and we'll see the Usos becoming babyface for that particular match. So I do foresee them going against the Viking Raiders. But the curveball could be this. Could they change it into a triple threat match or a fatal four-way? Something's got to give, but there's not much going on the tag team divisions on either Raw or SmackDown. We just see the same people over and over again. Could we get fresh superstars like we have seen for the women's division? Seth Rollins, he went ahead and tweeted before the show started saying, for anyone who purchased a ticket for SummerSlam, hoping to see me in action. I apologize. I did everything I could over the last 6 months to earn my spot on the show, but some things are out of my control. Thank you for always singing my song. They'll hear you someday. Well, there you go. I was like, you know what? I guess he's not. I had made an assumption and a prediction that he may do something for the main event to help out Theory, but you could throw it out the window because Riddle did come back. And even though the match was postponed, Riddle did come back. He was furious. Even though he was not medically clear, he was willing to go after Seth Rollins, but he was stubborn. He was stupid. He wasn't thinking clearly, and he definitely didn't do what Randy usually do. Okay, so there you have it. I was going to say Randy Orton, but it's not Randy Orton. Riddle should not have provoked Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins came out. They had that fight, a little bit of fist fight and wrestling and all that. But at the end, it was Seth Rollins that curb stomped Riddle, and that was it. That was a wrap. And once again, you're listening to the HHW Show podcast. Visit my website at hhwshow.com. And we're moving on to the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, this was a controversy from the get-go, okay? Liv Morgan was awarded the victory, okay? Awarded a victory, but look at Ronda Rousey's face right there. She was pissed off because I will be pissed off too, but thanks to Wrestle Tracker, who I give credit to for these pictures, hey man, I'm gonna blow it up even more. And if you saw the replay and everything else, Liv Morgan did tap out before the count of 3. Okay, she tapped out on the armbar, and it was, it was pressured a lot. Okay, and there are a couple of times that Liv Morgan was seen by the medical personnel, but she wanted to continue to fight because she is a fighting champion. But listen, the referees lately have not been doing their jobs. And that's also the reason why Jeff Jarrett was there for the tag team championship. Excuse me. But if you look at this right here, I mean, just plain and simple, something's got to change when it comes to the referees in WWE. Okay, there are too many foul calls. And for this one, Ronda Rousey should have been awarded the win and become the women's champion. But unfortunately, that was not the case. And Ronda Rousey just went crazy. All right. So what's going to happen there? There's a lot of things that can happen. And I'll tell you this. One, Ronda Rousey could face a fine. She could also be suspended. So is this her way of getting some time off because she's so pissed off in the world? I don't know. There's so many angles they could play there. And if for Liv Morgan, we should be very honest and say, you know what, I did lose, and vacate the title. I think she should vacate the title. All right. But then once again, I mean, Ronda Rousey did have both shoulders on the ground. So she should already know that in that maneuver, she should have at least one shoulder on the ground, not both. So I can understand the confusion and everything else. But I'm telling you this, man, it's not going to be pretty come to SmackDown. And I got a feeling that the decisions that's going to be made, we're not going to be happy as fans. And I'm sad to say, man, but I think Liv Morgan is going to retain as a women's champion and continue moving forward. And the storyline will be, well, you don't deserve to be the champion. And technically, she doesn't. She got manhandled and everything else. All right. But WWE decided to make a video package for Charlotte Flair. Is this what's going to happen? She is going to return. Will she return for this Friday on SmackDown? I believe so, because that video package and everything else just made her boost as being the number one woman superstar right now in WWE. Therefore, I believe that she's going to come and she's going to take over SmackDown, and you could see Charlotte Flair taking that title away from Liv Morgan. That's my near-term prediction on that. Or we can actually see a triple threat match. And if it's a triple threat match, Liv Morgan could be safe and continuing to retain the title. But if it's a one-on-one, I'm telling you, man, Liv Morgan, her days are coming, because she's not going to last long as a SmackDown champion. And now we'll move to the main event. The main event, I tell you right now that it is the first time that I've seen anything that just happened. The tractor trailer and everything else to Brock Lesnar actually lifting up the ring. I mean, I just seen it all. What I thought was going to happen was that Brock Lesnar was going to take that tractor and use that to pin Roman Reigns. That would have been awesome. Who's going to get out of a 10 count while being pinned by a tractor? Well, eventually it didn't happen. And then Theory came out of nowhere. And I thought finally he was going to do something. But the one ingredient that Theory did not know, okay, and it was already too late, really, but to pin Roman Reigns, you got to get through the Usos. See, he wasn't thinking straight. All right. He did try to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase, but did not. And he is so lucky. All right. and he has another opportunity. He is still the Money in the Bank winner. He still has the briefcase. It's just going to be a while for him to try to cash it in. And tonight was supposed to be the night for him, but he timed it wrong. It is what it is. All right. But going out to the match, there was so many things that happened here. All right. And here are the pictures that I was talking about. There goes Brock Lesnar just lifting up the ring, and Roman Reigns just rolled all the way to the side, and he still ended up getting up. And there goes Brock Lesnar handling his business, because majority of the match, Brock Lesnar was giving it to Roman Reigns. He was. But at the end, it was Roman Reigns with the help of the Usos to pin Brock Lesnar. As you can see, the tables, the stairs, the chairs, everything piled up on Brock Lesnar to make sure he stayed down for the 10 count. And Roman Reigns wins as the last man standing. Now, out of everything that's happened on SummerSlam, here's a guy named Nesto on Twitter, and he says, he posts a picture of Wrestling Observer Newsletter Award, Best Booker and Promoter of the Year, Triple H. It was just one premium, all right, but there's many to come on behalf of Triple H, but I got to give credit to which credit's due. Could we have seen the same thing if Vince McMahon was behind the scene? I don't know, man, but this was awesome. Okay. Cole Howard says WWE fans watching SummerSlam right now, and it's a picture of SpongeBob. You gotta love this, man. These characters. And once again, this is the HHW Show podcast, the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. If I'm still want questions and answers, I'm gonna stick around for a few minutes. What's your take on SummerSlam? How did you feel about SummerSlam? Are you just as happy as I am right now? Because I was entertained. I don't know about you guys, but I was entertained at every single match, right? And there are times that you say to yourself, you know what? This is time for a bathroom break or here and there. But this SummerSlam, there was no breaks in between. There was a lot of action, a lot of excitement, and I was at the edge of my seat at every match card. I really did. And I hope you guys did the same thing. So, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? I'm looking at my Twitter and I see all this positivity is going on. I love it. Good job. Oh, yeah. All right. SummerSlam reaction. Thank you, Brandon Cabina. Those of you that don't know, he is the Black John Cena, and I had him on the show. So if you missed it, please go ahead and visit hhwshow.com. Special shout out to a few guys real quick before I sign off here. And that is SCW, the wrestling channel. Thank you very much for your support of the Young Kings Wrestling, as well as the W Rewind Wrestling, Above the Ring, and everybody else that is in that group of Twitter that we have our back-to-back conversations and share our knowledge. I really appreciate that. And for everybody tuning in to the HHW Show podcast, I want to say thank you for your support. But tonight is our last night to close out our season. We'll be back right after Labor Day for fresh content and rewind everything else with new fantasy tournaments and predictions and everything else as we get set for the end of the year and the road to WrestleMania. WrestleMania is in Hollywood coming up, and the one after that is going to be in Philadelphia. So there's so much news going on and just so much excitement. And I want to thank all you fans out there, for all you supporters that are watching the HHW Show podcast. On behalf of Hector and Frank, the Clovercrest Media, and myself, thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed SummerSlam, enjoyed the summer, and God bless everybody. We'll be back right after Labor Day. And also, there's another podcast coming up, so all you football fans, check this commercial out. Hi, everyone. I'm Owen Muniz. host of the All Four Downs podcast. Football season is near, and we have the podcast for you. Subscribe and follow the YouTube channel for insights on picks, sports betting, on all NFL, college football, and the upcoming XFL games. It's All Four Downs. Presented by Clovercrest Media. That's right. Football season is coming up and it's starting next week. All the camps, the games, and everything else. Tune in to clovercrestmedia.com for the latest top 10 of college football. Plus, we're going to be talking about NFL and the XFL that's coming right after the NFL season. So all that and much, much more. clovercrestmedia.com. All that information will be on the website on hhwshow.com. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Good night, everyone. Have a safe one.